Alright, it's combat mission Black Sea, the American and Ukrainian side for the turn where NATO actually shows up with a helicopter. Lots of air support chatter this whole turn. A lot of shit. If you see that right there, that's like 4 missiles shooting up at your chopper. Evidently doesn't stop it though because you kill things. You actually get completely overrun here. A scout team gets completely destroyed by Russians essentially walking on top of their positions. Lovely helicopter noises. Lots of lovely radio sounds. Something gets blown up here. You don't know what.
Engaging from the south.
And everything else keeps moving.
We got air! Get down!
Another missile launch from over here. I'll zoom in on that. And that pretty much does it for the first half of the turn. Very exciting. So the first thing that happens this turn is that a bunch of shit launches from over here. This is when your helicopter's coming in. And then later in the turn, one of them launches again. I'm not sure when that is, but you also blow something up down here, which is nearby to those guys. So something is burning over here. You can't actually see what hit it. All you know is that there's 4 anti-air assets in this area, missile assets, and there is one dead thing right here. So these guys get overrun completely. Russian unit essentially walks on top of them. Keeping fire coming in close. If you can even hear my voice over the sound of bullets. They all die very quickly. And then later in the turn, the Russian contact moves over them. Yeah, so the Russian contact basically moves this way. And they were so pinned down that they didn't even return fire. You do also kill a guy here though. Over here. And I'm not sure at exactly what point it is. These guys were facing the wrong way for some reason. I think these guys, or these guys. Somebody was facing the wrong way. But you continue taking heavy fire pretty much the entire time. And at a certain point, they spot a guy. Yeah. Right around here. They see somebody.
Copy 1-3. Get down!
They shoot somebody here, you gotta believe me. Okay, I found it. It's right as those guys die over here. You spot a Russian right here, and you kill him. So, you go 1 for 3. So that's 1 dead Russian over here, killed by these guys, 1 dead recon squad over here. And you continue taking intermittent fire from everywhere. You also have very close infantry contacts here. So lots of fun things are happening. These guys are like directly on top of an infantry. Down here, your Americans all leapfrog towards contact. They weren't shooting this guy the whole time, and I figured out it's because he surrendered. So this guy surrendered. All your Americans are kind of closing the noose here. You still have an infantry contact way at the back. And while I'm here, I will subject you to engine noises. Your 2 tanks move up here. This is the oldest man's tanks. DT Kozel was concerned about grenade launchers. From where they're ordered, they have about as much line of sight as you'd expect. There's kind of a gentle rise, so they can see halfway across the field for the parts they can see. So this team can see essentially from here to here on their little horizon, and this team can see from here to here. So not a huge view, but that's where they were ordered as far as I can tell, and that's what they can see. To see the rest of the field, they'd either have to move up through here or around into these woods here. Alright, second half of the turn for the Americans and Ukrainians in combat mission Black Sea. And oh hey, fuck! There's a dude right there on top of Willie DeMong's squad. Yeah. So it turns out you had guys hunting directly towards each other here. So that's fun. They take a casualty here. There's a firefight I'll zoom in on later. Patchy continues to do things. You spot a bailed out crew member over here. The contact is deleted, so I think you shoot him. You spot some guys here and you shoot at them. That's why you get the hit notifications here. That's just bullets ricocheting off the dead BTR. Stuff happens here and it's so close together that you actually, the icons are covering it up. You can see you have some flashing. Excuse me. So shit's starting down here. So yeah, a couple firefights running in this area, and the helicopter keeps moving in. So down here, these guys, they should have been moving in the woods. I have them orders to be in the woods. For whatever reason they're not. You can see I had them turn to go back inside the woods, and they spot some guys here. And you have a crazy back and forth firefight. This guy throws a grenade. It looks like his own grenade kills him. I think this is actually tossed grenade friendly fire. Unless it's a bullet I don't see, because he throws the grenade hits a tree, and the shrapnel comes back and hits him in the face. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Otherwise, you keep shooting. This dumbass is only wounded, he's not dead, but he's out of the fight. And you pin these guys down pretty well. You're pouring a lot of fire on them, and they're not firing back at you very much. So that goes on for the rest of the turn. Eventually you lose the contact, I believe. So down here, this scout team is hunting forward. Keeps hunting onto the known positions of some Russians. And when they get over here, they find a Russian who starts shooting at them. This guy takes a grenade out, throws it the old-fashioned way. He gets shot for his troubles. You don't know if he hits anything, but this team is down to one guy left. And they're in close contact with the Russians. Everywhere else, I'm not sure if anything happens. All your guys are in one piece. You have the contacts here, you have the contact here. So that's happening. You have a whole bunch of strong contacts here. You see a whole bunch of BTRs and other stuff. So that's essentially this front. So down here, your teams that are assaulting forwards, they see another Russian team over here. They're moving up onto this surrendered Russian. They see these guys, they lay a whole bunch of fire down on them. They kill one, you can see there's a little tiny red cross here. And they lay just some absolutely withering fire onto the rest. So you kill at least one guy there too. So towards the end of the turn here, your guys get real trigger happy. They see these guys walking up to behind this little bunch of trees here. You can probably just turn them on. So they start shooting through the trees. A few random shots get through, but these guys don't seem too bothered. And a few bounce off that dead BTR. So you have guys up in this little patch of woods for sure. Also over here, you eventually have a whole bunch of what looks like ATGM misses. You have a shot land here, and later a shot land here. So your Apache might be shooting things here. You don't know if it's hitting anything or not, but you don't get any obvious explosions like you did here. So some things are happening there. Alright, so quick overview of your units. Second company is getting up into position. The Merry Marauder is pretty much everywhere he was supposed to be. Did you? You got a contact here briefly. Sorry, just let me go back to the beginning. You briefly get a contact here. Oh, it looks like it's back here. So let me zoom in on this. Yep, you kill something. Where the hell is it? Where do they shoot? Oh yeah, so this guy dies. Killed by this scout team. Anyways, the Merry Marauder is all in position. These guys are reverse sloped. Scout team, AT team. The Grey Hunter is all in position. Up in here. Both your T-64s from both your little ad hoc platoons are coming to this area. The oldest man moves his tanks out into this field. They still see nothing. There's some stuff right on the other side of those trees. Line of sight isn't great. Your Americans are all up in here. They have a tight little line going into these woods. First company is about the same as it has been. Advancing into contact now. There's lots of Russians in these woods that you know of. This fire mission should be 3 minutes out. You have another Apache coming in fairly soon too. Convoys are moving up nicely. Everything is dashing across the open plains. You get more ATGMs set up overlooking this junction. And I think that covers just about everything super important. If I think of something else, I'll be sure to let you know, or you can ask me. Line of sight for stuff is pretty much where it has been in terms of those ATGM launchers. I'm pretending I'm a UAV right now. But yeah. You have the stuff moving up on the road. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention. The Merry Marauder. Bakaruda ordered things that aren't possible. I'll have to do some reshuffling. Because for the weapons platoon of your company, there's only ever one ATGM team per BTR. you thought there were BTRs with 2 HEDM teams. There's also only 1 BTR with machine guns. They should be moving. They are moving according to the replay. They're moving slowly. And it has 3 machine guns. So you ordered a BTR with 1 machine gun and 1 ETGM over there. And that's something I can do. I'm just going to have to wait for this guy to come up here, do some shuffling, and then move it off. Verdant Squire's coming up here. Looks like this transport BTR has finally arrived for Verdant Squire's stuff. And everything else is pretty much as you expect it to be. These recoilless rifles and stuff definitely have orders. They've just been moving very slowly through all these woods. You can see one of them's already up in position. Chunky Monkey is 1 tank. The Bulat, Oplot, whatever, it's down here. And his Abrams hasn't moved since it popped smoke earlier, and it's just sitting in a field here. So anything else that's major, hit me up. I'll think of it. But other than that, that'll do it for this turn.